What is up, YouTube? We are back with another farming video. Now, this is the strategy that I use. It's also going to be a take on the other strategy I put a video on, but I did something very important. I took out even more thinking. Yes, I am making this even less thinking, even more time efficient, and just all around more optimized to my playstyle, and honestly, what is probably more friendly to more builds and to most players. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, we are going to be utilizing three things, okay? We're going to be using Delirium, we're going to be utilizing the boss map drops, and we're going to be utilizing essences, okay? Those three things. And just a disclaimer, I am going to give two variations of this depending on how strong your build and how comfortable you are. Okay, we'll talk about the first one, and then I will show you the variation of the other one near the end. If you want to check the timestamps eventually, you could do that, but I highly suggest you just watch the video. I'm going to try and make this very quick and concise and to the point. Now, for the Atlas passive tree, this is the tree I am running. I am going to leave it on the screen here. If you want to pause the video at some point, if you decide to try this strategy, you can change it to how I did it. I'm going to explain a little bit about why I did it this way. Alright, so we are going into the essence down here at the bottom, going to the left. We are blocking out everything that isn't Delirium. We're going to bump up the chance for Delirium here as high as possible. Since this is a no Sextant, no Scarab strategy, we will not be forcing the Delirium to appear every time. But with these nodes, it will appear the vast majority of the time, and it'll be fine. So we go up here, wrap around, knock out all these other things, make sure they cannot appear, and then we get the Delirium, some more essence nodes, go over here, get some more Delirium, and then we move up here, and you will notice that this does not look optimal, but there is a reason I take these. Okay, so we go up here. I had extra points. I put that in the Seance. Up to 5 rare monsters in each of your maps are possessed, and their minions are touched. This updates and upgrades the chance for a loot goblin. Could do some big drops, drop a bunch of Scarabs, you know, drop divine orbs if you're really lucky, stuff like that. I wrap around. I take all of the final boss. Has a better chance to drop some of the more endgame maps, whether that be Conqueror maps, whether it's a synthesized map, or whether it is the Elder or Shaper Guardian maps. Okay, now because of this, with the extra points, I don't put anything into Searing Exarch. We will in the variation of this, but not in the one that I'm currently running, because again, I don't want to think at all. I don't want to have to look at the altars if I don't have to that often. We do still run Searing Exarch. When you go to the map device, I still click the influence, only because once you get the 28th one and it drops an invitation, I either do that or I sell them. They go for almost 1 divine now, so every 28 maps you're going to be getting pretty much a 1 divine item. Also, with these extra points, I put them into map duplication, so that when these boss maps drop that we just put all these points into, they have a solid chance to duplicate. With this strategy and where I've put them here, the stats say that there's a 13.5% chance for maps drop to be duplicated. That's not bad, that's pretty good. So a little more than 1 out of 10 chance. Now, if you watched the previous video, you know that we re-roll the Delirium Orbs, and that is true, we still do that. So why are we not taking Harvest? Well, last night while I was doing the old strategy and doing Harvest, while I was in Harvest, I just had this realization that, wow, this is garbage. This is super slow. You have to think. That's another no-no. Pick, you know, decide which plant to click on, even though it's not that difficult. It can get annoying. You have to wait for the monsters to spawn. You have to run around to all 4. It's just the time adds up. It doesn't seem like much, but if you're running the Harvest every time, you know, you start to really feel it, and time is currency. Not only did it take too long for my liking, but I also realized that even though my blue essence was lasting longer, because I was, you know, getting blue essence from the Harvest, it was still not selling purple or yellow essence that commonly. Not nearly as much as I was selling Delirium Orbs. Not nearly worth what I was selling with the essence as part of it. Okay, so I decided, let's just take it out. Instead of, buying some blue essence when I need it, or farming some of it, or just farming all of it, I decided it is a much better bet to just go to trade, go to the bulk item exchange, click on exotic currency, click on the blue essence right here, and I buy them one divine at a time. If it's not that big of an investment. It's going to last you quite a while because they're close to 10,000, 9,000 right now. You'll probably get some for 9,200. It's going to last you a while. Okay, by the time you need to re-up on blue essence, you are going to have a divine to spend on it. I promise you. So you go to trade, and you do your search. Again, if you're really new and you want to spend chaos, you can click items I have to chaos with the items I want to the blue currency. You can search and you can buy it this way. You could get $14.91 for 33 chaos, just to get you going. Or maybe you don't want to fully invest one divine in a strategy you've never tried before. You might not like it, so you could do that too. But once you find the blue essence that you want and you search, you can go to any one of these people, click contact, and you can either click on this and it will copy the message to your clipboard. You can go into your chat, click Control V, and it will whisper this person for the essence, or the life force, sorry. Or if you have your account linked to the trade, so I do right here, you can see logged in, is LBA Mythos, you can literally just click contact, direct whisper, it'll automatically go into your game and send it for you. So what map are we going to be running? Well, we are going to still be running the Strand map. It is still hands down, in my opinion, the best map for Delirium. It is linear, it is a straight line, you cannot get lost, you will not be doing a lot of backtracking. Now there are some other people that really like Tropical Island, a couple of other ones. I don't run them. You can look up other info on that or just search for good Delirium maps. 90% of it they're going to say Strand. It's just the tried and true map for running Delirium. Now, how do you get strand maps? So there are two ways. You can either self-sustain them yourself, which I will not talk about in this video, but I do have a very handy video that I'll put on the screen and we'll put in the description that you should check out after this that covers sustaining the map. But what I do, and what a lot of people do, and it is not that difficult, is I actually use TFT, which is a Discord for the for PoE, and it is a massive trade Discord. If you go to Google, type in PoE TFT Discord, you will find it. It stands for the Forbidden Trove. And what you do here is you go into the want to buy section, Crucible Softcore want to buy, go to maps, and you would type in want to buy softcore or hardcore, whichever you're doing, whatever league, T14 to 16 strand maps in bulk, and then you can put IGN, which stands for in-game name, Mythos BRRR, and then you would hit enter, and hopefully someone would whisper you. Sometimes it happens really quick, sometimes you gotta wait a little bit. You can work out a deal with them. Usually it goes for about 4 chaos per map. Again, if you're kind of new, you might want to check out the video on self-sustaining, but I just think it's much quicker and safer to just maybe pay a divine by 50, maybe 55 of them, and just get it all over with, because by the time you rip through all of these, this is about 52 right here, you are going to have plenty to re-up. I buy tons at a time. It is more than worth it, okay? But there is the self-sustain option, okay? So don't think, oh, I can't afford this. This isn't new player friendly. It is. I'm just saying with minimal investment, it's very easy to make the money back very quickly. So you start to run this map. There is a Delirium mirror right there. You are in Strand. First thing you are going to do, you are going to hit the mirror, but you are not going to keep running forward and killing stuff, because if you start killing stuff before the Delirium is fully activated, it will not count towards your rewards that appear in the left. So what you're going to do is hit the mirror and you're going to back up and you're going to kill these monsters first, and then you go and you see it is giving me progress towards the rewards. You're going to see an essence. You have plenty of time because of the Atlas passive and also the fact that it's a very linear map to go back, clear a little, hit the essence, clear it, wait for some of the stuff to blow up, clear out, and then pick up the stuff. All right. Now, when you glance at the essences, to keep it very simple, the only thing you need to look for is is there a purple essence on it, and does it start with M, E, D, or S? You can remember this as meds, and that coincides with the 4 purple essences: Scorn, Envy, Misery, and Dread. Okay, now the Scorn one almost looks a little pinkish, so the meds way is an easier way to think. That looks purple, but it kind of looks a little lighter. If it starts with M, E, D, or S, you want to hit it with a Remnant of Corruption. These will drop plenty from other essences. Always keep a stack in your inventory. Now, the reason that this is important is because it can upgrade them either from Shrieking to Deafening, or it can upgrade them to one of these 4: Essence of Insanity, Essence of Horror, Essence of Delirium, Essence of Hysteria. These are some of the big money makers. Essence of Delirium and all those, they go for about 25 chaos a piece, and they add up. So you are going to want to hit them with a Remnant of Corruption. Now, another very important tip is once you start going through the map, every so often you want to put down a town portal. Unless you are incredibly tanky and incredibly confident in your build and your tankiness, you do want to use town portals. Now, if you want to use a town portal cast on death combo, if you want to link those 2 deaths, or those 2 things, when you die, it'll automatically put a town portal up. That is another option. Or just using a portal gem like I do in my setup, because it is very important to me. I'm not constantly opening up my inventory to drop down town portals and everything. But if you die and you're most of the way through the map, you will start at the beginning, you will be in the Delirium Fog, and it will reset before you get to the boss and kill the boss. And why is this important? Well, killing the boss with this Atlas passive right here is going to give you +1 to count on map completion. And if you're doing everything correctly, if you're starting at the beginning, you aren't killing stuff before the Delirium fully comes up, you will get to 6 stacks before you get to the boss, or you will get 6 stacks in the boss chamber. Once you kill the boss, it's going to pop up to 7. 7's the magic number. 7 stacks of all of the rewards that are down here is what we want. So, very important. Don't get ahead of yourself. Some of these essence monsters are going to be incredibly strong, and they are probably going to one-shot you. Now, if you don't think your build's strong enough to do this kind of Delirium, do a little bit lower tier maps. There's no shame in that. Till you get stronger, you're going to be making good currency. You'll be able to buy stronger items. You'll be doing T16, just every essence, no problem, quicker than you know it. All right, so you did the run. You got to 6 stacks, or just barely under 6 stacks for the boss room. You got to 6, killed the boss, hit 7. It drops, it pops. You hit the fast forward button that appeared on the right side of the screen, bottom right in this corner, and all the Delirium Orbs popped out. You picked everything up, went back. What do we do with the Delirium Orbs? Okay, very simple. You see, we're going to put a Hoarder crafting station in our base if we don't already have one. Click on this arrow down here in your hideout, click edit, click decorations. Down here, type in Hoarder crafting bench, hold it, drag it out, put it down. Now we have a Hoarder crafting bench. You're going to go to it. With these new orbs, you're going to put it in. You're going to go to type keywords, Delirium, change the stack of Delirium orbs, and you are going to do this until you get either the Diviner's one or the Scarab one. And that one's called the Skittering. Okay, so we're going to use the white Life Force 30 per roll to do this until we get either the Divine one or the Skittering one. Divine one right there. Put that in. Next one. Keep doing this until eventually you are going to have a stack of Scarabs or a stack of Diviners or both. Okay, and then you can throw them in a tab. I have a Delirium tab. You do not need one. It makes it a little simpler, but it's not that big a deal because we're only really saving 2 different orbs. Now, at the price of filming this video, the price for Diviner's Orbs are 1 Divine for 11, so that's what you're going to price it at. It hovers around there. It used to be 1 for 16, but for the past 3-4 days, it's been 1 Divine for 11, but check the price. If you're not using Awakened PoE trade where you can just hit Control D and look, 1 for 11, go on the trade site and do it, because you don't want to screw yourself out of currency because you don't know the current prices. The Scattering ones are 1 Divine for 9 of them. So you can see this adds up very, very quickly. So now you have all these essences. What do you do with those? Okay, now I have a essence tab. Now you do not need an essence tab. It does make things easier, but it is not necessary. Now, if someone will say, what are some of the tabs that you suggest new players do fork out a little bit of cash for? This would definitely be in the top 3. It has this nice little upgrade button. You can see what can be upgraded. You go from right to left, you upgrade them, and it's pretty easy. Now, if you do not have this button, you can take the essences. You can go to any merchant, sell, and they will upgrade them for you that way. So you do not need the tab. It just makes things easier. Now, when you have a bunch of essences you want to offload, I highly suggest selling them in bulk. You can price them individually. I don't recommend it. It's less time you're spent, killing stuff, playing the game, and just generally having fun. It's kind of a nightmare. What you are going to want to do is to use TFT again, but this time we're going to be using a tool. You will go into Google, you will type in TFT bulk selling tool, you will go to this first link. Now, you will want to link your account. My account is already linked, but you can log in up here and link it to your Path of Exile account. It's very easy. It is absolutely 100% safe. A ton of people use it, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to use. So this is going to load up all of your tabs. These are the exact tabs I have in my stash, and what you're going to want to do is know which tab your essences are in. Now, I know mine are in the Essence tab 6, so I'm going to click 6. Then I want to sell the high essences. I do not suggest selling all of the essences. It is not worth it. All of the high essences are going to be all the ones in these first 2 rows, and then these first 2 rows, with the exception of the Remnants of Corruption. It does not list those. You're going to want to hold on to those anyways, so you can corrupt the essences as you map. So once you know all that, you click High Essence, you click Select Tab. It's going to read and give you a price in Chaos and Divine based on 100% of the Ninja price. So the PoE Ninja site that does all the graphs and checks all the prices and all the currency, it goes off of that. So it's accurate. It's pretty up to date. You could trust that also. Even though it's a little on the lower side, people buy these because they use bots to flip them. It's a whole big thing. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But what you're going to do is put your in-game name. My character name, not your account name, your character name is Methos, BRRR, and you're going to click Generate Image. And that is going to copy it to your clipboard. Okay, so put the image first and go to Bulk Want to Sell Essences. And then you go down here and click Generate Text after you put your in-game name in there. It'll copy this to the clipboard. You go in the Discord, paste that in. That is what you're going to hit enter on. It's that easy. Someone will whisper you. They'll probably just say Essence tab, any of that. Once someone does that, you can either do the tilde cross out way on Discord that I never use. I usually just delete the post so I don't get spammed, because you will get spammed. Usually you have someone messaging you within 5 seconds if it's relatively busy, maybe a minute if it's not that busy. If for some reason essences that week or that day are going down in price and you really want to sell these, what you would do is go to asking price. You'd unclick this, you'd go to asking price, you'd go to 90%, and you would just do that whole process over again. Now, unlike the essences, the maps and the boss maps that you are going to get drop from the map bosses, like this, the Shaper, Elder Influence, the Conqueror's map, the Cirrus maps, the synthesized maps, you can sell those one by one, and I do suggest doing that. Now, there is a place in TFT on the Discord that you can sell them in bulk, but I just sell them individually usually. Or the really great thing about this is I sell them, or if I get bored, if I get sick of mapping, I'll just save some of these up and I'll just run them. And then I will get the fragments, shards, and I will just run the bosses myself. It kind of changes it up, makes it so it's not stale. It's not fun to just be constantly running the same map over and over and over. Yes, you are making currency, but you're going to make a lot less currency if you just don't feel like playing the game anymore, because the strategy is starting to get a little boring to you. Okay. So these maps, for example, I use Awaken PoE Trade. I have another video that I will put up here that shows the Awaken PoE Trade. You're going to see it pop up here. I hit Control D. I see that these are worth about 12, 13 chaos apiece. So I can, you know, list this at 13 chaos. 12 chaos if you really want to sell it very quickly, but you can just do this way and make some decent currency. Now, I'm probably going to show a clip of me killing one of the bosses that when I do the map, and you're probably wondering, wow, that is a ton of damage. What is he building? Well, it is cast on crit ice spear, and I am going to be doing a video this week on it. It is a higher budget build. There are more budget friendly options. I'm going to talk about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to know more about what I'm playing in this video. Now, I know what people are going to say in the comments. He is not running Searing Exarch with the Atlas passives, and no, I am not. Now, there is the variation. You can take points out of the duplication nodes that I have here for the boss maps, and you can put them in the Searing Exarch because it is a great way to make currency. Now, the reason I'm not making this the main strategy is one main reason. If you clicked on this video, you are probably newer, and you probably already know that the altars make stuff harder. And with some of the essence monsters and already being in Delirium, if you have a really strong build, you can do it. But a lot of people are going to get frustrated because, especially the essence monsters, they're going to click a couple altars, they're going to have 1,000% increased evasion rating, and it is going to be an issue, and they are going to have a bad time. So you can do that. You can take these extra points I have in map duplication and you can put them in the Searing Exarch. Now, I still do the Searing Exarch influence, as I said, so there are altars, but they aren't as strong, they aren't as common, and honestly, even when they were just kind of annoying. It's stuff to read. The whole point of the strategy is make it incredibly straightforward, not too much on your plate, just run through the map, look at the essences, kill the boss, pop the Delirium, reroll the orbs, sell the essences in bulk, profit. That's it. So that's the strategy, guys. It's very straightforward. It's very simple. I did a video on this, but I kind of wanted to update it because my passive tree wasn't very good. Even with the extra duplicate map nodes, it looks messy, but trust me, it is pretty close to optimal if it's not optimal. I highly suggest it. And for all you new players out there, just try it, crank it out. Don't be afraid to spend a divine or two that you have saved up on some strand maps and some blue essence, reroll some orbs, make some profit, and you know, all that good stuff. On other news, today I hit the YouTube partner program, and I did it in about 13 days. So I'm extremely happy, and I'm so grateful and thankful. And I'm going to be putting out videos as much as I can, at least 2 or 3 a week. I have another tips video coming out that's going to have a lot of good stuff, and also I will talk about this cast on crit ice spear that is hands down my favorite build ever. Not the first time I'm playing it, but I keep coming back to it because I just love it so much, and you know, damage. So hit that subscribe button if you want to see more PoE content, and again, thank you guys so much. Let me know in the comments if the strategy helped you, if you learned anything new, or if you've already been doing the strategy, because on my last video, got a lot of people saying, yeah, this is what I run. This is one of the first videos I saw covering it. It's an amazing strategy. I suggest people do it. So I love hearing all the good and the bad, so don't be afraid to do that. But until next time, guys, peace.